So we'll be the first batch will be graduating from IIM Mumbai. So we're very excited. We're very happy. There'll be many new companies who will be visiting us.
NITIE is obviously a very well-renowned college already, but having that IIM tag will obviously help it scale much unprecedented heights in terms of academia and research as well.
The rumor was there when we were joining that it will be IIM soon. And we were expecting that we will be that lucky batch to be called as the IIM Mumbai. And we are very proud that we got this moment.
So NITIE has a legacy of its own, but becoming an IIM will give motivation to other branches as well. So being in a financial capital of India, NITIE might become a hub for finance.
Now since it has become IIM, when different fields such as marketing, finance and HR, these jobs might get open for us.
NITIE already had a very good rank or good recognition, but some of the people from our family didn't know particularly about NITIE and its domain that it's doing so great in terms of business management as well. But now giving it an IIM tag that helps it in people's understanding of what we are going for, what our education level would be.
People coming from different backgrounds, especially arts and humanities students, of course they'll have a different way of thinking and different perspectives that would definitely add value.
We are very excited, and that day when it was declared an IIM, so our director sir had come and addressed the students. So it was an amazing day and a great experience. Our director and our teachers came and we celebrated. We have an area in our mess where all of us gathered and we shouted, and it was a great moment.
These are some of the students of the National Institute of Industrial Engineering, or NITIE, in Mumbai. They are happy because last week NITIE became the country's 21st IIM and Amchi Mumbai's first Indian Institute of Management. An institute Mumbai has been coveting for decades.
In fact, now Mumbai is the second city in India after Indore to be home to two of India's top-notch institutions, an IIT as well as an IIM, both in Powai. This is also good news for students who will take the CAT exam this year. For this new IIM will offer over 550 more seats that will be available from the next academic year.
But why did a 60-year-old institute like NITIE have to seek the IIM tag? How will it leverage its new identity? And what can the students expect from this IIM being in the country's financial capital?
In today's episode, we seek answers to these questions and more from Dr. Manoj Tiwari, Director of IIM Mumbai.
Actually, biggest change will come is about the brand, because our catchment area will enlarge. When the number of IIMs became 20, then most of the students who were earlier used to come to NITIE, they started migrating to those institutions.
Mr. Shashi Kiran Shetty, founder of All Cargo Group and the chairman of the Board of Governors of IIM Mumbai.
More than NITIE itself, I think it is a great initiative for the city of Mumbai, which today all of us know is a commercial capital of India and needed an institution like this to begin with.
And Dr. Shirish Sangle, Dean Faculty Affairs at NITIE.
This salary received was 27.5 lakhs. The highest package was about 78 lakh.
It's Thursday, August 24th. I'm Kiran Somvanshi, and today in this episode with my colleague Kalpana Pathak, we take you through NITIE's transformational journey of becoming IIM Mumbai. This is the Morning Brief.
If you ever wondered about Shakespeare saying what's in the name, ask 60-year-old NITIE that's sitting at the cusp of significant changes with its newly acquired IIM tag. This journey, however, was not easy. The seeds were sown nearly 15 years ago, but it was only during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 that the desire renewed and decision was taken to make a final push for the IIM tag. So NITIE's director Dr. Manoj Tiwari and his team began working remotely to make their case. Those 3 years of hard work culminated last week when the President of India signed the IIM Amendment Act, conferring the IIM tag to NITIE. It took almost 17 different ministries to consent before the proposal fructified. We spoke to Mr. Shashi Kiran Shetty, Chairman Board of Governors at NITIE, to know how easy or difficult it was to vie for the IIM tag. Congratulations, Mr. Shetty, on this development. What are your thoughts on this?
Super excited. I think very happy for the city of Mumbai and for the students currently in the institution who are doing their post graduation. Very excited. More than NITIE itself, I think it is a great initiative for the city of Mumbai. Most of the industrial houses, the banks, the multinational companies, private equity funds, consultants, most of them have their headquarters in Mumbai. And Mumbai needed an institution like this to begin with. Second of all, NITIE is situated at a very picturesque location in Mumbai, which is in Powai. And when you go to the campus, you only see trees and lakes. It's a 65-acre campus, and this can actually be an international campus of international standard. And how do you do that? Since it is a national asset, it had to be coming under certain structure of the government of India's guidelines. So for that to happen, it had to come under some act. So IIM was the best act that was potentially helpful for NITIE to become an institution of international standard.
How easy or difficult was it, Mr. Shetty, for NITIE to get the IIM tag?
I recall that the effort to convert NITIE into IIM was underway for over 15 years. And it was not that easy, but I would say it was kind of possible only because of the kind of open for improvement and changes in the education sector by the current government and their progressive way of thinking to utilize the national asset in a better way for the benefit of the country and for the students and the faculty. I took over the charge of the chairmanship in the middle of COVID. Soon after I took over the chairmanship, I realized that there was a lot of things that can be done to improve the day-to-day management and the governance of the institution, where the first step what we did is kind of overhauled the board of governors of the institution by bringing in people who are very relevant to the institution. Secondly, there was a lot of work that went in the area of improving the infrastructure and better living standards for the students. A number of projects have been created and those got approved in the board of governors meetings, and most of them got implemented in time, within cost, etc. On top of that, there were quite a number of vacancies that existed in the teaching faculties in the institution. The director and the deans have put tremendous effort to identify and fill up as many positions possible so that the student-faculty ratio becomes quite healthy in terms of the standards which should be there for an institution like that. So once these things are done, then we thought that it is important for an institution to run with less engagement of the government departments so that the decision making could be faster, more focus can be given on bringing more agility, more investments in the area of research and hiring different type of teachers, teaching staff, which had its own restrictions when you come under a government of India managed institution. So what I'm trying to say is that autonomy for an institution like this was desired. So we looked at what are the possibilities. As all of you know that IIT is already there in Mumbai, so it couldn't have become another IIT. Then there are this opportunity of bringing the institution under the IIM Act. So we made a plan how to approach this and then communicated with the Minister of Education, Mr. Pradhan, and he was quite open to look at it. And then after some time, he appointed a committee, and the committee looked into the possibilities of converting NITIE to IIM Mumbai. And the committee did extensive work, and they did a lot of research and a lot of comparison with NITIE's infrastructure versus the infrastructure of the other IIMs, especially the top 3-4 IIMs of repute. And finally, they sent their recommendation. And this director personally has been very, very passionate to get this institution come under the IIM Act, and it put a lot of efforts along with his team.
So what changes for NITIE now that it has become an IIM?
Those discussions are just about getting started to study how a transition, like moving from purely post-graduation engineering institution to continue with the engineering subject itself along with management graduations. So this is how the transition would happen in the coming months. So the benefit to the students would be, obviously, the large companies will come for recruitment in the campus, and hopefully they will come with a better package in comparison to the placement that happens in ABC IIMs in the country. And of course, the faculties, it will create an opportunity for the stalwarts industry professionals to partner with the IIM Mumbai for going there to teach the students, mentor the students, and support the faculties, support the administrators, and create a whole ecosystem of management learning, management case studies, and innovation, investment in more infrastructure. So the number of students who can pass out every year, graduate every year from the institution, could potentially double because the space is there. I think this will also make the alumni of NITIE very, very proud. And I'm sure many of them will come forward to contribute intellectually, financially, and with their valued time to help this institution to become one of the best institutions in the country of international standards.
Mr. Shetty, now the funds that NITIE used to receive from the government would cease. Would finances be a concern going forward?
Yeah, I think, very good question. I think we'll have to figure out how we will, going forward, ensure financial stability by having enough corpus and, in a way, manage the institution to, in a way, that there is no deficit potentially once it converts into IIM because the government will withdraw the aid. So we'll have to figure a way out and engage the industry, we'll engage the alumni and come up with schemes where people could donate, build infrastructure as a legacy foundations. The alumni and the other corporate bodies could potentially create an environment where they could spend their corpus on the CSR activities or some of the funds that is dedicated for education institutions by the family offices. Those approaches probably will have to be made.
Incidentally, India's first IIM was supposed to be in Mumbai. But the registrar of Bombay University opposed the proposal to have the IIM outside the Bombay University system due to conflicts with in-house departments. Meanwhile, physicist Vikram Sarabhai and businessman Kasturbhai Lalbhai managed to set India's first IIM in Ahmedabad, and in the process also inspired IIM Calcutta. Both IIMs were founded in 1961. And 2 years later, NITIE was established. And as a matter of coincidence, this trivia was shared on Twitter by IIM Ahmedabad professor Chinmay Tumbe. The Government of India set up NITIE in 1963 with assistance from the UNDP, that is United Nations Development Programme, and the ILO, that is International Labour Organization. NITIE holds the 7th rank in the management category in the NIRF, that is National Institutional Ranking Framework. Indian business CEOs such as Anand Mahindra, Adi Godrej and Gautam Thapar have been the past chairmen of this institute. In fact, in 2013, Anand Mahindra along with Deepak Parekh had met Prime Minister Manmohan Singh with a request to convert NITIE into an IIM. A decade on, the dream finally comes true. And we caught up with the man who has been in the thick of things and instrumental in making this dream come true. Yes, we met Dr. Manoj Tiwari at his office in NITIE Powai.
Congratulations, Dr. Tiwari. I'm sure past weeks and months have been extremely busy for you, so thank you for your time. To begin with, tell us what prompted NITIE to seek the IIM status.
One challenge was that we don't have degree awarding status. This was main bottleneck. So because of that, we were not able to clearly say MBA, clearly say MTech, clearly say MS. Our degree was PGDIE, PGDIM, fellowships, which are not so well conceived and particularly not in only abroad, even in India also. Suppose you say in corporate, there are many new HRs, they only understand that MBA is the management, correct? Though earlier, when IIMs were there before 2017, they were giving PGDM. But after this changing situation, it became very difficult. Second thing, the kind of freedom, liberty, what you call offering the courses, aligning with the different new initiatives, particularly when your decision to be taken with the board and others, it becomes very easy. So I think those kind of freedom that will come up to the NITIE and automatically. Now we can offer a degree like say university or autonomous like IITs, IIMs. They have the, you can say, inbuilt characteristics of the university. Actually, biggest change will come is about the brand because our catchment area will enlarge. When the number of IIMs became 20, then most of the students who were earlier used to come to NITIE, they started migrating to those institutions. So we thought that the way in which we manage ourselves, that will be quite good to attract the best of the best talent. Also take up the newer areas, bridge the gap between technology and management. So I think now that particular name will get a new focus, new attention, and also new look actually.
So besides the name, what changes at NITIE when it becomes IIM Mumbai?
In fact, if you see that, first of all, we have to make some changes into our admission pattern. Earlier, only for engineers were there. So now we are going to have 3 programs. We are going to have one MBA, Operations and Supply Chain Management. One general MBA program, which is now open for... We were having an MBA program, but it was called PGDIM. But now it will be open to the other discipline also.
So non-engineering also?
Non-engineering also. And then we have a program called MBA Sustainability Management.
Right.
That will be open for others also. But our focus, basically in all these programs, we shall try to give more weightage to the tech-based management, like say how the digitization, how the newer decision-making techniques, how the AI, ML, and other type of computing, they are going to play a big role in decision-making in corporate affairs. So we are going to have a lot of executive programs also, online program also, because that way only we will become self-sufficient, taking care of the current needs and aspirations of the people.
In a city which is the financial capital of the country, you already have so many B schools. How does a new IIM work for the industry as well as the students?
Actually, our idea is that, look here, Bombay is full of professionals of high caliber. Because of movement and other things, they may not be able to go other places. We are having a very good plan to attract most of them actually, to cover some of the topic of their interest and choice, correct, to the students who are coming here in their particular discipline. But especially I want to highlight the finance and fintech kind of thing that are there in mind. And already we started a move, like say we're going to have a very good MOU with the NSE. So we are going to have a joint program of 1 year duration with the NSE. Similar programs for executive level, for others we are going to have more with the other organizations and agencies. And also we'll find a pool of experts from the corporate. They will also be part of our faculty systems, correct? They can teach some of the subjects, they can offer the projects, they can also take expert lecture on their topic of interest. So I think that we will get some additional edge over the others. We need very trained manpower, technologically advanced manpower to deal with such kind of problems.
Do you think the IIM brand will help you attract better faculty members also?
Yes. There is no doubt about that, because what happens, many people at present, they are not applying to us because we are not IIM. But the moment we give advertisement, I think they will be attracted towards us. Correct?
What is your faculty strength right now? Are you short of faculties?
If you see in Bombay, we have around 20-25 visiting faculty from different very good corporates and companies. We have our own strength at present around 59, but we have to take it at least to 85 to 90. And also regularly we are attracting 5 to 7 foreign professors from abroad. We are collaborating with the other institutions, like we have a partnership with IIT Patna and IIT Delhi. We are running programs with them also. 1 year program, and now we are going to have 1 year dual degree program with them. So such programs also will run so that there will be a very good amount of talent.
NIRF ranking you're holding pretty strongly to that. Will IIM tag or brand help you go beyond?
I just want to go and see the NIRF ranking. There is one component called perception. It is the lowest at present for us, 19. Even IIMs which are just built up around 5-6 years ago, they have perception 29, 30, 40. Just add that perception, then our rank will go somewhere automatically.
Any impact on placements do you see because you become an IIM now?
Just you are asking, I don't name the company, a company which has not visited last 7 years. Just now, if yesterday they came and they have, they did the interview process. But just I gave you one example.
It's not even been a week since the change has happened.
Yes, not a week also, correct.
So internally, what are the challenges do you see in the next 1 year?
Immediately, ma'am, our challenges are this infrastructure and maintenance of the campus. So we have to hire some very credible agencies actually, with permission from the board and ministry and formalities actually, so that this becomes one of the very easily accessible facilities for the both students, faculty, and for us also. Second thing that we have to hire very people from the different systems into NITIE, and some of the cultural things like we have our own legacy system. So make a fine balance between this new system as well as our own system. In meantime, also we have to increase our revenues to become self-reliant and get rid of that government support that we are getting.
And what kind of support are you expecting from the industry?
Industry, first of all, they are helping us a lot by taking our boys in big number. So that also we should continue with them. Second thing, we also expect them to have collaboration with us for startup and entrepreneurship kind of things, because innovation, startup, this is our very big area where we have currently also provision of enterprise lab actually. So where we want to call the industry experts and have teams of the students, they are talking, generating newer ideas. So we want that more and more such collaborations will take place.
How will this help you in research?
In the NIRF ranking or QS ranking, there is a component called the RPC, Research and Professional Citations. So what happens under that RPC, we have been very strongly placed actually, because our people are also doing good research, publishing good journals, papers. And also we started innovation and other things also. So there we have filed 2-3 patents also. So we are very much concerned with the actionable research. We are solving the problems of the industry. We have now very good data science lab. Also, we are there are many cement companies where we are doing all the IIM type of things to go ahead with that.
So help me understand what happens to the fee structure. Would you be changing that? And second, how comfortable are you with your financial position right now? Would you be going to the industry to raise funds in future for the institute?
At present, our fee is the lowest among all the B schools in the country. 6.5 lakh and 7.5 lakh. The moment we become IIM, certainly the current amount of around 65 crore to 70 crore, which is getting by the government, that will be reduced, correct? So we have to manage this additional money through many sources, including consulting, including running more executive courses, also taking up a lot of other assignments which are coming from the industry and government, and training programs also. We have to manage in such a way that we should have a sufficient fund to carry out our operations, and also through other sources which we are going to get. So exact amount I am not able to tell you, but one thing I can tell, it will not be very exorbitant like what you are finding in the other Tata B schools, but it should be very much affordable to the people with full facilities for the bank loans and all those things.
Presently, a 2-year program in NITIE costs rupees 14 lakhs. Now, we spoke to Dr. Shirish Sangle, the Dean Faculty Affairs and Professor of Sustainable Business, to know the return on investment and the exposure for the students.
The average salary, if you really talk about it, this year it was 27.5 lakhs. And the highest package was about 78 lakh. So our students are placed in the industry. So you take any big name, you'll find NITIEs there. So we are known as a Makkah of supply chain and operations management. Some of the top industries, even today, with the NITIE name, they will prefer to come to NITIE because of the strong background in the operations supply chain that area. So that's our main strength actually. But now we are very conscious that that core strength should not become core rigidity. So we are trying to diversify and like to establish, first we identified marketing, finance, sustainability, even people analytics. These are some of the emerging areas,
right,
where the country requires a lot of talent actually. So there is a lot of skill gap there.
Right.
So these are the areas we'll try to reach.
NITIE has been known as a B school which churns out students with a strong engineering background. But with its metamorphosis into an IIM, this will change. And one of the attractive features for students at IIM Mumbai is the MBA in Sustainability Management.
The philosophy of NITIE's IIM Mumbai is very clear. We believe that prosperity and people and planet can coexist. And that is what we teach to our students. How this coexistence between the prosperity and the people and planet can be developed. This is what we try to teach our students pursuing MBA in Sustainability Management. So we not only teach them about people and planet, but we also teach them about how business is done actually. We actually don't want, to produce activists. We are going to produce students who know how to work with the industry and also how to work with the NGOs and the government. And they definitely would like to work towards improving the top line and the bottom line of their companies.
NITIE's elevation as an IIM was long due. In the industry circles and student perception, NITIE enjoys significant repute. So it's only befitting that it wears the IIM feather in its cap. One could argue that proliferation could dilute the IIM brand. But the reality is, India needs many more IIMs to cater to its huge student population, lakhs of whom flock to international institutions every year. IIMs have a certain culture and rigor, which attracts students to take the CAT exams year on year, not to mention their stellar placements, which makes headlines every year. India has a lot of talent which needs to be shaped for the country's growth. And for this, more IIMs need to bloom. In fact, if there is any cause of concern in terms of dilution, it's the autonomy of these premier institutes. The government has introduced the IIM Amendment Bill 2023 in Lok Sabha, which if passed will give power to the President of India to appoint not only the chairperson of the Board of Governors, but also to appoint or remove the directors of IIMs. After years of struggles, the IIM received their autonomy in 2017. These amendments will reverse this autonomy, which is key for IIMs to flourish. And that is a concern.
So that's it for today. This is Kiran Somvanshi from the Economic Times, and you were listening all about the IIM Mumbai only on the Morning Brief with my colleague Kalpana Pathak. A special thank you to our guests Dr. Manoj Tiwari, Mr. Shashi Kiran Shetty and Dr. Shirish Sangle for sharing their amazing insights. And best wishes to the students taking CAT this year. This episode was brought to you by sound editor Rajas Nayak and producer Surohini Jain. Executive producers Anupriya Nair, Anirban Chaudhary and Arijit Burman. Thank you for listening, and if you like this episode, do spread the word. A new episode of the Morning Brief podcast drops every Tuesday, Thursday and Friday. Don't miss it. It streams on Amazon Prime Music, JioSaavn, Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts. And of course, ET's own audio platform, ET Play. Have a wonderful day ahead.